Okay. Okay, so today I'm going to read through an ebook which I received from the MINGJUE GONGFU Foundation, which is a part of the Jineng Qigong. Now, MINGJUE GONGFU is basically about how the power of body, chi, and consciousness can transform your life. And the teacher is who does these courses and who is part of it is the Dr. Teacher Wee. And Teacher Wee is a Qigong teacher, a healer, and a TCM practitioner. And he's been teaching and healing wisdom of ancient Chinese culture in a new life, science for the modern world. And they use this method to teach and help people recover from all kinds of illness in body and mind all over the world. And they say that we are training the ability of the inner master. Okay, finding your true self. So it's a small space where Teacher Wee is talking. He says, it's quote, I realized our human society has a big problem because humans lose themselves and they lose their baby hearts. Very sweet. All right. In 30 years of Qigong teaching many thousands of students around the world, I realized our human society has a big problem because humans lose themselves. That is, they lose their pure baby hearts. We do not know who we are. Then our consciousness attaches and fixes on the material world, fixes on other people, fixes on many external worldly things, including fixing on the physical body feelings. Consciousness has lost itself, becomes separated from the body, does not know what true self is. Inside, we are afraid, and because we are afraid, we always fight. We make inner conflicts and outer conflicts within ourselves and with others. That is why today people have mental problems. They have a lot of emotions. Pressure creates much fighting and war all over the world. It also creates many problems in the body. Consciousness blockages block the energy. Energy blockages become physical blockages and destroy the body inside, the immune system, and other functions. So it seems each individual problem is the problem of the whole human society. Now, during these years, I started to teach many people how we can go beyond these problems, resolve these problems, bring a consciousness back from external world attachments and come back to true self. The observer starts to observe itself, not outside on other things, no fixations, just pure awareness. Suddenly, your consciousness comes back home. I teach people how to awaken through body, energy, and consciousness work. Through developing consciousness, we can change the whole body energy, which we call as chi. We also practice making the body energy abundant and flowing freely without blockages. Then the physical body and consciousness functions will improve and the body will become healthy and strong. Body, chi, and consciousness work interdependently to support each other. During practice, we combine body, chi, and consciousness together. Think these three as a unity. We have consciousness meditation that only focuses on consciousness. As consciousness becomes relaxed and focused, we start to cultivate the powerful potential of consciousness. Then we use this high level consciousness to go throughout the whole body. Think the chi of the body, nature, and the universe are all connected. Then use these three level consciousness to mobilize internal chi to merge and transform with the natural world and universal chi. This way, we can make internal body energy or the chi pure and more abundant and flowing freely. The immune system will improve and the body becomes healthier. We practice both static and dynamic meditations. In dynamic meditations, we have different movements to mobilize chi. I can help people feel chi, experience energy amazingly fast. In 5 minutes, 90% of the people can experience what energy is, what's chi. In the beginning, people cannot see, but people cannot see it, but they can feel it quickly. Then in their consciousness, they will quickly have a chi or energy life view. People who are together, many people together, are like many stars, and each star illuminates the other. When many people come to this state and practice together, there will be a consciousness field. My pure level consciousness connects with yours and with others. Many people together like many stars. Each star illuminates each other. A powerful consciousness field is formed. In this consciousness field, all the problems disappear because when we come to this consciousness field level, come to the observer, you do not attach on the body and you do not attach on the conflicts of the world. You do not attach. You do not get lost in obsessive negative thinking. So, there in your consciousness, the problem has already disappeared. This brings benefits to the individual and collective consciousness, as well as to the natural world. This is the work of my community and what I do. Humans must change the conflict state from inside and build a beautiful life state within. Build a beautiful world from inside. We call it awakening pure love or MINGJUE universal love. Always use this awakening peaceful love to connect with the world. The world will become harmonious and humans will quickly evolve to a higher level consciously. This is especially important. When we practice from this level, naturally we will prevent all kinds of problems from happening. Emotions will not make new problems again. Your consciousness will become wiser. You will know the best way to manage life and the world, and you will have good abilities. You feel centered and peaceful because you do not attach or fix on anything. So, no fear, no conflict, no fighting. Through this way, we find inner peace. Then we go deeper and find unconditional love. Consciousness becomes awakening, unconditional love. A revolution for life. In the beginning, many people have no idea how important this is for their life and humanity. It's a revolution of life. And how do we master MINGJUE? When consciousness observes itself, it becomes awakening. This self aware state is called MINGJUE. MINGJUE. I don't know the right pronunciation, but MINGJUE is a Chinese word found in classical Confucius and Buddhist texts. Dr. Pang used the same word and explained it in the context of modern theory known as Yuanzi, together with simple and effective training methods. Ming means clear, Zhu means observer or observation. Mingzhu merges with the Shi body and the universe, forming an awakening entirety. This is called Mingjue entirety. Mingjue is the consciousness training level of Jineng Qigong. We can maintain a Mingjue entirety state and practice all movements in this state. Practicing in the Mingjue entirety will be deeper and benefits and is more effective. When I teach Mingjue, many people in the beginning have no idea how important this is for their life and humanity. It's a revolution for life. When awakening consciousness merges with the whole universe, it becomes an entire awakening, harmonious state. Then the natural world will also become harmonious. A conscious awakening is important for our life and our world. Let us together improve our consciousness to build a beautiful life and world. 2 ways to use consciousness. Consciousness has 2 basic functions which can work together to create a beautiful life. The first way to develop consciousness is through observation. Receive information, know the laws of life and the universe. When we have this knowledge, we can create a beautiful life and a beautiful world. We evolve to a high level consciousness. The second way to develop consciousness is through receiving and sending information. When the level of consciousness deepens, sending information and receiving information will become one. So we can transform any information or situation directly in our consciousness because there is no separation between the observer and the observed. To make transformations in consciousness, you need to have an intention. We need to give the information to transform into what we want. Training your pure awareness is also good healing. If you want to heal some problems in your body, you just need to observe through that place, deeper and relax. Your consciousness has the information to transform that place into a perfect state. We say, what you want, you will get. Focus on transformation. What kind of life do you want to have? You have this intention during your practice. This information will guide your energy and transform to that direction when you observe. For example, when I observe my chi body and the consciousness state of transformation, uh, and the consciousness state, the transformation immediately happens there. This is transformation through observation. In some practices and traditions, the instruction is just to observe. That is, you're told not to have any wish, just pure observation. That is good, but your pure consciousness can also send information and create what you want. This is another function of consciousness. What is Qigong? Understand the laws of life and the universe. In Qigong, we cultivate body, Qi, and consciousness to improve our life. This is Qigong. When we practice, we will develop ability and wisdom. Then we use this ability and wisdom in daily life. This is also Qigong. When we talk about Qigong, it includes four main parts. Theory, you understand the laws of life and the universe. You understand the universe is Qi. You know how to use Qi to transform life. Second is the methods. You practice static and dynamic methods to cultivate body, Qi, and consciousness. Third, practice. Use these methods to practice. Practice is very important. If you only know how lots of theories, if you know only lots of theories and methods, but you do not practice, that is not Qigong. And then the application. When you practice, you get abilities. You need to use these abilities to change your life, improve the world. Ultimately, all the practices focus on this aspect. Jineng Qigong. Ji means wisdom. What is wisdom? Receiving information inside the observer is very pure and clear. Then you can see everything clearly. You can see through everything. If the observer is very stable and powerful, then you also will have the ability to change things. So Ji means wisdom, Neng means ability. So Ji Neng Qigong is equal to Qigong needs to improve wisdom and ability through training the observer. Through the process of observation, you get wisdom and abilities. Training abilities, the inner master. Kung Fu. Kung Fu means deep training of your abilities. Through MINGJUE Kung Fu, consciousness becomes more stable, purer, wiser, and you have more potential. Kung Fu manifests on Qi, your body. You will have abundant Qi, and Qi becomes powerful. Kung Fu manifests on the physical body. Your body becomes strong, flexible, and powerful, like Bruce Lee. Kung Fu can manifest on your work and skills. After a long time training, you become skillful and experienced. In the MINGJUE Gongfu Level 1 course, we deeply practice the power of observation to build a good foundation. Concentration, relaxation, and observation. These three are basic Kung Fu. If you improve these three aspects, naturally you will have good abilities. From the beginning of practice to high level practice, we all need these three aspects of Kung Fu. If you do not have these three aspects of Kung Fu or not enough, you cannot know who you are. You cannot transform your chi body very well. Even your control, even you cannot heal your problems. So concentration, relaxation, and observation. The information of the universe is chi. Modern science thinks the universe is 99.99% invisible substance. So then what is chi? Everything is chi. In Jineng Qigong science, the whole world, the whole universe is made up by chi. Chi is the basic substance in the universe. Chi includes visible and invisible chi. Invisible chi is all kinds of energy we cannot see, but fills up the whole universe everywhere and goes through all kinds of physical material. There are many levels of invisible chi in the universe. Everything has its invisible chi. For example, you have invisible chi around you and in your body. We call it your chi field. A tree also has invisible chi inside and around it. We can also call it formless chi. In the whole universe, there are many levels of invisible chi, like electricity waves, magnetism, radiation, and quantums. All those are different energy levels of invisible chi. In the universe, there is also primordial chi. We call it original Hunyan chi. This chi is very pure and fine. This chi is everywhere in the universe. It is also in our body, mountains, earth, moon, sun, and the whole empty space. And consciousness can mobilize chi. Consciousness and energy working together can make a very fast transformation. Consciousness and energy working together can make a fast transformation. When energy changes, physical body problems will change and disappear. Even something like a tumor or cancer, because they are also very concentrated energy. Consciousness can change this energy. All kinds of tumors can be transformed and they disappear. Broken bones can grow together faster. Your consciousness can mobilize chi, gather and grow together. This unity is supported by consciousness through the nervous system. Consciousness and chi go through the whole body. When we only focus on the physical level, like the Western medicine, we just see the body as anatomy. A new body entirety. What do we mean by a new body entirety? Body entirety means good body connections in the nervous system. When you have good control of the whole body, everywhere it can work well like one unit. Generally, our consciousness is separated from the body. In daily life, we do not think of a body in a space. We are separated. Many body problems, emotional problems, and mental problems are created by the separation of body and consciousness. So we need to start by returning by to consciousness back to its true home, training consciousness to come back from the outside world and merge with the body as one, starting by opening the inner space to form a harmonious and happy experience. We do not usually think of the body as inner space, but when your inner space is opened, you will feel incredibly good. The chi field. When our consciousness stays centered, stays inside your body. This chi field inside and around the body can be maintained and becomes stronger. Today, we simply know that everything in the universe is chi. Different levels of chi merge together to form an infinite entirety. Form and formless chi always transform together in each second. So do not think your physical body is hard. In each second, your physical body is changing. Today and tomorrow, you become different. Remember this. It is particularly important for our practice. What is chi field? Everything is chi. The earth and body are a chi space. We need to repeat this information. Recently, a scientist gave a lecture and said the earth is a transparent big space. A small particle can easily go through the earth inner space because earth is formed by exceptionally fine small particles like a transparent space. The light can easily go through. We need to change our worldview. Today, science has become already very developed. We need to use the knowledge of science to help our consciousness go beyond the limitations of the five senses, mind, and physical body feeling. Everything is chi space. To summarize, each form has its own chi in and around it. Contains the information for the form. Chi forms the form and keeps staying with the form. It can become less or it can disappear and merge into the universe, but it is relatively stable. We have the chi field in the body and around the body. The chi field follows us. If the chi field does not follow us, our chi can quickly become less and disappear. Consciousness can maintain this chi field. When your consciousness stays centered, stays inside your body, this chi field inside and around the body can be maintained and becomes stronger because your consciousness naturally gathers universal chi to your body and becomes a part of your chi. This invisible chi can change into your physical form, and the physical form also changes into invisible chi. This happens in each second of our life. In the foundation, through the strong inner chi, through the MINGJUE GONGFU training, we need to improve the whole life. In the main foundation module course, the train mainly focus on the body inside. The reason is when consciousness has a strong connection with the body, inner chi space, this can help maintain the chi inside. In the beginning, we mainly observe inside. We create a strong chi center inside the body. Internal chi contains powerful information to support your entire life. It is not so easy to lose out. Certain Taoist practitioners just observe the lower Dantean space, and after a few years, internal chi becomes extraordinarily strong. When our internal chi becomes more harmonious and stronger, more centered, then we connect with the universal chi. This not only maintains internal chi, but also gathers more universal chi inside to improve the whole life. The two factors, very strong factors, are playing a role here. The internal chi through the practices and to gather more of the universal chi. Okay? Many people always want to help others. They have a good heart, but you lose yourself, your observation, and powers are not enough. And you consume yourself. You separate your consciousness, think too much, attach onto many things. Insight is not the simple and the stable observer. The third important thing is when we observe body inside, when we focus and go through, gradually the observer becomes more stable and powerful and also becomes very pure. Remember these important points when you experience inside, when you experience, then your experience inside will improve. Deep universal space. When your inner space is opened, you will feel incredibly good. Opening the body. The whole body inside is very deep, universal space. Inside is like a quiet night. We train consciousness to merge with the chi body inner space deeply. Consciousness merges with the body as one. This is the foundation for practicing all the other levels. Open the inner space to form a harmonious and a happy experience. Open the body structure and build a new body entirety. Improve body flexibility and the ability of consciousness to coordinate movement. Improve health so that internal chi is abundant and flowing freely and functions are wonderful. When internal chi is better, life becomes more balanced, then emotions become more positive. Many people find their relationships become more harmonious. This is an entirety. When your consciousness state becomes better, your life becomes better. You have more good information, you have good chi and consciousness. Naturally, your relationships also become good because when your life inside is good, others connect with your good information and energy. They will feel comfortable and become positive. This will also help you to work well. Work becomes better. Why? If life is better and consciousness is better, of course your work will become better. You become wiser. Consciousness is clearer. You become more creative and you have more energy to work. Also, because your relationships and emotions become positive, other people like to support you. The three levels entirety. Now, a little bit of science here. Okay, Dr. Pang always mentioned your consciousness may not be fixed on body. Your consciousness may not be fixed on chi. So life view through chi, or energy life view, chi life view. From the chi life view, we are chi. We need to practice the ability of relaxation, concentration, observation, and transformation. We need to practice the chi state, and then in the chi state, we experience relaxation. Many people practice for many years, but their meditation or qigong level has not improved very well because consciousness cannot concentrate well, does not have enough power to go through the body. Therefore, we consciously train observation. First, train consciousness to merge with the body's deep inner space in both static and dynamic meditation practices. Through the MINGJUE GONGFU training, we need to improve the whole life. Complete life does not mean just body level or energy level. It includes body level, chi level, consciousness level, relationships, family, our whole life. That is the chi life view. Consciousness life view. Ah. If your practice is limited by body feeling, fixed by body feeling, and by the feeling of chi, hmm, at the Huajia Center, Dr. Pang always mentioned your consciousness may not be fixed on body. If so, this is called died on body. Your consciousness may not be fixed on chi. If so, this is called died on chi. Body and chi feeling are dependent on sensory organ functions. When consciousness is limited by the functions of sensory organs, consciousness will be put in prison. It cannot move and it cannot work flexibly. In the MINGJUE GONGFU training, the pure consciousness or the MINGJUE is the master. We continue to integrate and practice all three levels of body, chi, and consciousness. They are all important, but MINGJUE stays at the center. Consciousness is the master and not the slave to body and chi. Body and chi serve consciousness. Consciousness does not serve body or chi. Gradually, we go beyond the fixation and limitations of body and chi. Okay, I'm going to read this all over again. Consciousness is the master and not the slave to body and chi. Body and chi serve consciousness. Consciousness does not serve body or chi. Gradually, we go beyond the fixation and limitations of body and chi. Conscious evolution. Through practicing MINGJUE, consciousness wakes up to inner peace, freedom, and universal love. Why practice MINGJUE? We practice MINGJUE for conscious evolution. Through practicing MINGJUE, consciousness begins to awaken to inner peace, freedom, and universal love. High level consciousness transforms the physical body and the material world to create a beautiful life. When you feel your consciousness is very peaceful, the whole chi body will change and become more harmonious. Chi and blood will flow better. The entire life will be optimized. Consciousness and the whole chi body, chi field and universe chi merge together. This is an entirety life state, embracing the whole of life. Always come to this state and improve it. This is a way of loving self. When you are in the best state, you spread harmonious information to the environment. You bring the best gift to the environment, including humans, animals, and plants. You see, practice is quite simple. You just need to stay in the best life state. Then you love self and the world. It is good for your life, all beings, and the natural world. The question is, there are so many attachments that keep us away from our best state. What to do? We need to change our mind state. We need to practice and come to the best entirety state. When we observe, consciousness starts to experience itself. The observer comes back to itself. This is important because when the observer starts to observe itself, the fighting stops. If you observe deep inside, all the fear and negative emotions will stop. Your inside becomes peaceful and free. When you stay in this state, life is nourished. It is the most harmonious state. Humans always want to attach on the external world, which breaks this entirety. Now we focus on building this entirety and make a complete life state. Maintain this state. Just maintain this state. There is a world consciousness field when many people, heart to heart, go in the same direction. The world consciousness field and the high level resonance will start supporting you, and the journey will become much easier. The powerful consciousness field supports everybody. This is an invisible and infinite pure power. You will feel your consciousness becomes purer and more stable. Our hearts support each other in the world consciousness field. Many people, heart to heart, go in the same direction. When we practice MINGJUE GONGFU, we need to always contribute the best consciousness state to the whole world. The more we give our best state to the world, the more we get good information. From the very pure consciousness state, share this beautiful experience to all humans and the whole world. This consciousness is very harmonious and full of universal love. This consciousness purifies the human consciousness field and the world Chi field. It is pure, clear, and beautiful. This beautiful consciousness is growing. We support each other growing together. In the trainings, we always feel this kind of intention and experience. We not only heal and improve our individual life, we also heart to heart heal and improve the whole world because we are one. At the same time, the whole consciousness field heals us. Deep well. It is like making a well to find water under the earth. You need to focus on one place. Purpose is to improve the ability of consciousness and body internal chi for deep transformation. When there is a simple method or a long period of practice, you will have very good improvement. It is like making a well to find water under the earth. You need to focus on one space. Dig, dig, go deeper, 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 and the water will come out. If you always change the place, you can never find the water deep inside. We must realize this point, which is very important. MINGJUE is the heart of static and dynamic practice. We train MINGJUE through the body, but do not become fixed by the body and transform into a chi body. We train MINGJUE to merge with the universal chi through mobilizing universal chi, but we are not fixed by chi. We train MINGJUE for healing for self or for others. We train MINGJUE on subtle energy like electricity and magnetism. We train MINGJUE in family relationships. We call this family entirety. You and your family are an entirety. But MINGJUE does not fix on a person, but instead loves them unconditionally and creates harmony. There is a transform the reference framework. So we all operate from a reference framework that is our belief systems and which are our implants. So when your consciousness keeps in a clear, centered, and an awakening state, you feel nothing can catch you anymore. At consciousness level practice, we start to go through our old reference framework. Our reference framework has a lot of old habits and fixed ideas. The old patterns will be activated when you meet triggers in daily life. This is a big and important practice to change our lives. How much change happens is decided by how powerful and pure your observer is. So many people want to do healing, improve the ability of observation. This is the way to train healing power. Many people try to do self healing for many years, but the health situation is difficult to improve because consciousness is fixed by problems. Consciousness, the observer, has not improved enough. When you focus, I will read that again. Many people try to do self healing for many years, but their health situation is difficult to improve because consciousness is fixed by problems. Consciousness, the observer, has not improved enough. When you focus on insight to create the harmonious state, you change your life consciously from inside. But this is not enough. We share this wonderful experience from inside with others. This is a process to benefit the world, to love others. This is the bigger practice. The practice is quite simple. Make inside harmonious and then make the world harmonious through sharing your inside. I like the way they say, oh, it's very simple. Like how I keep telling it when you have crossed a limit and then you say, Are, this is very simple. Yeah. So actually it is simple. You when you practice and you cross certain states and then you realize that what you thought was actually difficult is not difficult. It is very simple. When your consciousness keeps in a clear, centered, awakening state, you feel nothing can catch you anymore. Very peaceful, relaxed, and beautiful. Heart inside is free. You hold nothing. You experience a wonderful free state, the universal love experience. Draw the support from this beautiful conscious lever and the field. Realize this beautiful harmonious state in your consciousness. In this state, you do not attach on the material world and the physical bodies will achieve. In the community, many people have similar reference frameworks. So you train MINGJUE in the community, in deity, and the whole society. Through awareness, we start to go through strong identification with fixed reference work. Like the waves and the ocean, we start to realize we are the ocean and not the waves. Human connections start from a small family chi field and expand out to the community, society, and the world consciousness field. Relationships mainly manifest in our consciousness, my consciousness, and others' consciousness. This is a consciousness relationship. When you communicate with each other, your reference framework is relaxed and harmonious, or you fight with each other in ego's fight. When we stay in MINGJUE state, gradually we resolve these problems. We train MINGJUE in the whole entirety. Human society, natural world, including plants, animals, everything, to create a harmonious world. MINGJUE training is to focus on purifying itself through meditation and daily life practice. Your consciousness becomes independent, becomes a kind of invisible power. In your consciousness, you confirm the infinite emptiness. In your consciousness, you confirm your infinite emptiness. In your consciousness, you confirm your infinite emptiness. Heavenly Gate. Okay, I am going to read this because this is very important, so hang in there. Shenji Palace is an extremely important place in Jin and Qigong practice. So when we practice Shenji, we need to know the location. Where is it? Right. Horizontal line from the Yin Dan to the Yuzen. Okay? From the Bai Hui, vertical line from the Bai Hui and the heavenly gate downwards, it goes all the way down. So all the way up to the Huyen is equal to the area where these two lines cross each other. Now, the Yingtang and the Yuzen line and the Baihui going straight down. So the point where it connects is the Shenji Palace in the Upper Tante. It is a space around the pineal gland. Okay? And the super abilities. From Shenji Palace, you can go in two directions and develop two different kinds of super abilities. The space of Shenji Palace covers the pineal gland. Just think of the center of the head. This place is especially important. Close your eyes, everyone, and listen to this. The space of Shenji Palace. Connect to that Shenji Palace. Straight from the Yingtang, straight back to the Shenzhou Palace point and the straight line, and from the Baihui all the way down, the line where the crosses is the center place, the space which is all around the pineal gland. Close your eyes, take your mind's eye, go sit there, and take your tongue, the tip of the tongue to the upper palate, and sit up straight, spine up. Close your eyes, go to mind's eye, tip of the tongue to the upper palate, and listen to this. From this space, listen to this. The space of Shenji Palace covers the pineal gland. Just think of the center of the head. When we say Shenji, the vibration will happen there. The pineal gland is where the third eye is centered. Stay there. Mentally repeat the Shenji Palace. Stay in the Shenji Palace. Many people misunderstand the third eye as between the eyebrows, but it is the pineal gland area. And you can develop many super abilities in this place. Stay there. Hold that space for yourself. If you come little forward from that space, it opens the third eye function. And you can see through things. Other people's body, diagnose other people's inside. When you see the body, it is transparent. And you can see the level that you want to see. When you go upward from the Shenji Palace to the Heavenly Gate, you can know things directly. You will receive information. It's not biological thinking. You just receive information as to what will happen tomorrow or in a different part of the world. Now, with a beautiful smile, observe this space and make yourself completely relaxed. Relax your intention. When you relax your intention, focus with a little inner smile. Shenji Palace is a pure space. Then inside it becomes relaxed. Shenji Palace with a smile, observe, stay with that space and become relaxed. Focus in that space and relax any intention. When you feel your consciousness already there at the Shenji Palace, your intention becomes very light, very relaxed, and the deep inner smile, Shenji Palace begins to open like a beautiful flower, and you still stay focused in the center, saying Shenji. If you feel any pressure in the head, it is very important to relax in your intention and open your awareness. Slowly from the Shenji Palace, we come down to the middle Tanzan, into Tanzong, which is your heart space, right in the center. And with your mind's eye, you stand straight, deep inside, relaxed. Relax your awareness and your any intention. Relax and open and feel that expansion. Slowly, we bring our focus down towards the lower Dante. Now, again, at the point from the Tuchi straight towards the back, Mingmen, navel point, and the center line going deep inside. The center is the Mingmen inner palace. And you stay focused there, relaxing, completely easy. From the Shenji Palace down into the heart center, middle Dante, down into the lower Dante. See the space around that entire body relaxed and easy. If you stay with these three spaces, you can find your arms relaxed, your legs relaxed, easy space. Now you can take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And you relax and breathe out through the nose. And you find your entire body breathing from the toes to the tip, the toes to the ground. The entire body relaxed and easy and breathing. Breathing, whole body is breathing. Now let's close. Place your right hand for the women on the navel, the other hand on the right for men, left on the navel, and right on top of that. Bringing all that breath, everything back into the lower plantain, storing. Wonderful. All right. Gently release your hands, rub your palms, place them on your eyes. You can gently blink, open, and come out of that space. Very nice. Okay. All right. Mm. Don't feel like coming back, right? Short practice, but nice. Okay. Any questions, any doubts, any sharings? What happened, Nagma?
Thank you. Just so much gratitude to you.
Okay. Yeah. It's a, yeah, I guess we are already doing this practice. So, MINGJUE.
Yes.
But more clarification as per the theory and probably understanding and observing.
Some confirmations and then some more depth to go. And it
Mm.
was all about, especially that line, consciousness, not slave to chi and body, was like, whoa, that was interesting. And then it was like lachi.
Yeah, of
It is
course.
oh lachi.
Mm. Mm. Yep. Consciousness. In your consciousness, you confirm the infinite emptiness. Interesting. Savita, thanks, Nagma.
Thank you.
Good. ठीक है बैठो आप वहीं बैठो अभी all right, so then we close for the day and for the evening. I shall see you guys on Monday. Oh yeah, okay. Cyril, anything for sharing? Are you okay? Good. Okay. All right, then you take care. Bye bye.